Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Ika Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Ika Balsetta.
Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Passion for the Pastime. Where the hell am I? I'm looking. Oh, there I am. What is that going? What the hell's going on? Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passion for the Pastime. Had a little bit of a false start there. It's spring training for everybody, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Passion for the Pastime here on a Thursday, 3 weeks away from today that the Giants will be opening up their season in Cincinnati. So really looking forward to that. I mean, the time is just flying by right now. I mean, we're in the month of March, right? March 6th on a Thursday, but 3 weeks away. The itch is starting to get more and more powerful as we get closer to opening day. And today, actually right now, if you have the capability of watching the podcast and going to MLB Network, the Giants are debuting on 30 clubs in 15 days. And I remember the good old days when it was 30 clubs in 30 days. They've condensed it now. Instead of a full hour, I think they're only doing 30 minutes of a club, and they're doing 2. So today it was earlier with the Yankees, and right now they're going to be going with the San Francisco Giants. Matt Vasgersian and Mark DeRosa taking the reins on that one as they ascend upon Scottsdale Stadium and the San Francisco Giants. So we'll definitely talk about that later next week. But we did have a little bit of insight looking into the program today, because we did have Greg Amsinger of MLB Network on today with Papa and Silver. And Greg is a great dude. I look forward to bringing him on here to the podcast and having a conversation with him at some point during the season. But yeah, no, really looking forward to talking to him. But he was on the airwaves. Got a lot to break down with Greg Amsinger. He is he is something else, man. He dropped a couple of bombs on the airwaves today. If you guys missed any of that information or missed any of that interview, go back and go watch it on the YouTube page after you're done here with Passion for the Pastime, or you can go ahead and check it out on the KMBR podcast page. Really, really good listen if you want to listen to Greg Amsinger. The 3 Gregs, essentially: Greg Silver, Greg Papa, and Greg Amsinger, which apparently Papa and Amsinger both wanted to be named Anthony. It was a weird start to the interview, but great stuff all around. We'll talk about Greg Amsinger, what he has to say about the San Francisco Giants and the programming. Sounded like Mark DeRosa was going to have a sit down with Buster Posey, so a lot of great stuff on that. And if there is anything topical that comes out of that I do see, or if you guys see, go ahead and send it to my Twitter. I can download it really quickly and pull it up here, or just keep me in the know if you guys see anything on that 30 clubs in 15 days for the San Francisco Giants. But yeah, no, it's going to be a fun show today. Obviously, we'll keep monitoring the 30 clubs, 30 days. Sounded like Amsinger was going to be talking with Willie Adames. It sounded like they were talking to Bob Melvin, and DeRosa was going to be talking to Buster Posey. but yeah, so it's going to be a fun episode there. But we have a really good one here. They weren't able to talk to the guy that was on the mound today because he was pitching. And let me go ahead and pull up the first of all, the 30 clubs in 30 days, or 30 clubs in 15 days. I'll go ahead and pull up that graphic. Storylines to watch, right? And we've kind of been discussing this not ad nauseum, because we love talking about it. We love talking ball, especially orange and black baseball. But these are the storylines that they're going into this 30 clubs in 15 days. Again, it's on MLB Network right now. Familiar face, right? Buster Posey wins 3 World Series championships, and he's now the new president of baseball operations. New feel, new a new sense around this ball club. So really interesting. And then obviously Willie Adames, a splash in the Bay Area, and he splashed down, not technically splashing down, but he did make his impression felt yesterday with displaying the power when he hit his first home run of the spring. So Willie Adames, will he be the first one to hit 30 home runs? But then also there's somebody else that's sneaking in a little bit of power here in spring. We'll talk about him just a little bit. And then Hall of Fame edition, Justin Verlander. That's where we kind of kick off our conversation today on Passion for the Pastime. And I'll get back out to the YouTube chat really shortly because I see you guys trickling in here. Rocket New Era, Mama J, 415 West, Lori, Mike Val. We got Otis Bird in here, R. Galvin as well. Good to see the Galvin clan in here. But so when we're talking about this San Francisco Giants team, and especially today, because, the 30 clubs in 30 days, they're going to be talking about Justin Verlander coming in to the fold. And that's what we're going to talk about here today, because the comments that were made on KMBR with Greg Amsinger, and then you start seeing Justin Verlander going out there and competing. He went 4 innings today. I believe I think he gave up 4 hits in 4 innings, right? I think that was his line. I was looking at it earlier. Sorry, I didn't memorize it. But I believe that it was 4 innings, 4 hits. Was it 1 earned run? Let me go ahead and pull it up before I sound like a jackass. Let me go ahead and pull this up really quickly. We got Justin Verlander. Yeah, he went 4 innings, 4 hits. See, I shouldn't have doubted myself. 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 4 Ks, right? So we'll go ahead and pull that up really quickly. But when you look at how the Giants went into this game, we're starting to see now at this point in camp, it's ramp up time, right? It's ramp up time. Everybody's getting ready for spring training, or for spring training to end, and getting ready for opening day. You look at this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Love how we can now use pictures here on this platform, because before I wasn't able to, which was the weirdest thing. You would think that you'd be able to use pictures better than video. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. I do, but that's something that I have to worry about, not you guys. But look at the starting lineup. All right, you got Justin Verlander. That's going to be day 2 in Cincinnati on Saturday, right? Because they start on Thursday on the 27th. They have the off day on the 28th, and then they finish out the series in Cincinnati on the 29th and the 30th. Then they head to Houston, which Verlander will not be participating in that series. Which is kind of unfortunate, right? But if all thing goes to plan, it should be Justin Verlander in game 2, right behind Logan Webb, starting opening day for the 4th time in a row, which ties Tim Lincecum, and he's only behind, I believe, Madison Bumgarner and Juan Marichal, who I believe has the franchise record at 10 consecutive opening days. But just looking at this starting lineup, man, and I'd like to throw this out to the YouTube chat, and I'll get out there and talk to you guys and say what's up and see what's going on with everybody today. But looking at this starting lineup today, this is, I think, what we can expect to see. My only difference that I would have in the starting lineup, because we've heard about Lamont Wade Jr. Obviously, this is going against a righty, so you want to have Lamont Wade Jr. Leading off against righties at the top of the lineup. But you got Lamont Wade Jr., you got Willie Adames, you got Jung-Hoo Lee. We know that is going to be a variation of that combination, depending on if it's a righty or a lefty. If it's a lefty, I think you would expect to see Jung-Hoo Lee in that leadoff spot, and Wilmer Flores at the first base spot, and then they'll mix and match, probably put Gerard Encarnacion in there as well. But looking at this lineup, man, it looks decent. It looks. Is it better than last year, though? That's my question. Like, is it better than last year? Is it better than a lineup without without Michael Conforto? Is it better than a lineup without Jorge Soler? And obviously, Jorge Soler never really lived up to that expectation that he was supposed to have, and he was supposed to be that thump, right? But I think in an ideal world, we were probably overzealous. I think that we were putting way too much on a Jorge Soler. In an ideal world, he wouldn't be a 3, 4, or 5. I think he'd probably fit in like at a 7. You know what I mean? Like that's what you get with Jorge Soler. I know he's a big bat, and he comes in there and swings the bat, swings from his heels. So swings out of his shoes. You know what I mean? So he has a big swing. Just never materialized for the San Francisco Giants. But looking at this lineup, Lamont Wade Jr., Willie Adames, Jung-Hoo Lee, and then you got Matt Chapman, Elliot Ramos, Patrick Bailey, Wilmer Flores, Mike Yastrzemski, and Tyler Fitzgerald, who was on earlier with the Hot Stove Show. We'll hear from him in just a little bit. But yeah, no, it's really interesting to look at this lineup, because this is a lineup I think that you can, I don't know, could you get behind it? Is it good enough? Like I mentioned, I'll go out to the YouTube chat really quickly just to see how you guys are feeling about this lineup. But I think that this is a lineup that you can throw out there every day. And again, barring any injuries, and you see where the injury is potentially going to come from. It's Lamont Wade Jr. We'll have to see how Jung-Hoo Lee comes into it. But man, he is tearing the ball up. I don't know if he had another at bat. I'd have to go back and look. But at one point, he was 2 for 2 today. Let me see if he ended the game with just 2. No, so he went 2 for 3. So essentially, he is 9 for 20 on the spring, and that's a 400 average, man. And he hit his second home run today in spring. And I know it's spring training. We all have to remember that and understand that. But I mean, looking at Jung-Hoo Lee and what he's been able to do, I'm really excited. I mean, we're talking about all these younger guys, and we're talking about, Elliot Ramos. What could he do in a year after his breakout year, right? And what can he do in year 2? What can Tyler Fitzgerald do in year 2? And then you're looking at all these younger guys, Kyle Harrison. Like, what could he do if he gets a little bit more length? What could Landon Roop do if he gets an opportunity? Hayden Birdsong. Like, we're all looking at all these younger guys. But then we kind of forget about Jung-Hoo Lee. And Jung-Hoo Lee was a huge signing last year, to where there are a lot of expectations. And putting him in the 3-hole, that's where the question kind of comes from when you look at the Giants organization is, and this is something that I asked Susan when she was on, Susan Slusher, are the Giants trying to, and my apologies if you can hear the dryer. I hear it smacking. It's loud in my headphones, so my apologies if you guys are hearing that right now. But so when you go and look at Jung-Hoo Lee, he's not the prototypical number 3 hitter, right? He's not the guy that has the power. He's not the guy that has the thump, but he is someone that puts the ball in play. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he, with all the expectations, because are the Giants expecting him to kind of morph into the superstar player that the contract of that size with Jung-Hoo Lee calls for, right? So it's going to be really interesting to follow along his essentially rookie season 2.0, because he didn't get a full year last year. He only made it to Mother's Day, then ran into the wall, and that kind of ended things for him. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to follow along with Jung-Hoo Lee all season long. But then just looking at the rest of this lineup, like Jung-Hoo Lee, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, Elliot Ramos. I mean, I think that is a good lineup. It's not a superior lineup. We have to be realistic in that fact as well. It's not superior. You're not going to go out there and out hit any of these teams, especially in the National League West. So it's really interesting that when you look to the lineup, what could potentially happen with the Giants. So they're not going to win games by going out there and competing and out hitting, right? I mean, that the success is predicated on this Giants pitching staff, which we'll get into with Justin Verlander, because I mean, looking at what he's doing, it's really impressive. And just to see that, he's kind of messing with a new pitch. It's a different version of a curveball. Just looking at what he's able to do now at age 42, right? So a lot of the success on this Giants team, and we talking about this lineup, and it looks like an opening day lineup. A lot of the success on this team is going to be predicated on how effective these starters can be. But if you're going off of just spring numbers, I mean, the Giants, the starters are looking pretty damn good. Like my question is, we were talking about the lineup too, and I'd love to get your guys' input on that in the YouTube chat. But then my other question, as it pertains to the pitching staff, what's the ceiling for this Giants pitching staff? Like, how high can they go? Because you start looking at these guys and their resumes, right? And I mean, you don't want to rely too much on the back of a baseball card or anything like that. But you look at, I mean, you have Justin Verlander. He is a Hall of Famer. You look at Robbie Ray. He won a Cy Young. You look at Logan Webb, who I think arguably is one of the top 5 pitchers in Major League Baseball, finished second in a Cy Young 2 years ago. So, you look at that top 3, and then based on what Jordan Hicks can do, based on, beefing up his body and his muscle, right? I mean, you're talking about putting on 17 pounds over the winter. So, and it's healthy weight, right? It's weight that can get you through 162. So then you see kind of how he can materialize into being a starter for the Giants in essentially year 2 of this quote unquote experiment for the Giants. And then you talk about what we've been talking about yesterday with Eric, and what we've been talking about since we kind of figured out what was going on with that 5th spot, is that there's a competition. It's Kyle Harrison, it's Hayden Birdsong, and it's Landon Roop. Now, whoever ends up getting that job, that you have 1 to 2 other guys that are in contention and vying for a opening day roster spot and a rotational spot that you can call to at any time in the season, who are going to be waiting in Sacramento. So really interesting stuff there. But it's going to be a fun season. But Matt Vasgersian, I'm sorry, not Matt Vasgersian, Greg Amsinger, he said a couple of interesting things. I don't have the audio files here. My apologies. I'll make sure to pull those up at a later date, as I'm pretty sure that we will continue to talk about it. But he talked very highly about the Giants, and he got you excited. But then he started talking about the other teams in the NL West. He predicted the Dodgers to win 117 games. We'll discuss. Sorry if I'm yelling into the microphone too, because I was competing with the washer. The washer has now calmed down now, so I can bring down my voice a little bit. But let's go back out to the YouTube chat. Let's see what's up with everybody else. Let's see what's going on with everyone. Let's say hello. Yes, I see Tacky. What's up, Tacky? I really appreciate you. Let's see what else we got going on. You guys have been coming in hot with the with the comments. Let me go back out about 10 minutes ago. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Is Verlander the real for real going to be the number 2 starter? It's interesting. I personally wouldn't put him at number 2. I would put him at number 3. But I've seen other projections. I mean, and if you're going off of how they're doing it in spring, it's Logan Webb, and then it goes Justin Verlander, right? So I would think that it would be better suited if you go righty, lefty, righty. I mean, that's just kind of how we've been ingrained into our brains when building a rotation. But looking at how he's pitching right now, maybe you go and put him at a number 2. I mean, Robbie Ray, I think, would be the number 2 starter, because you go righty, lefty, righty, and then Verlander being the number 3. But I've seen projections of the Giants rotation to where they do have Justin Verlander as the number 2 right now. So it just depends on what Bob Melvin wants to end up doing. And if he ends up being the number 2 starter, I believe that sets him up for a home opener. Not sure if that has any weight to it at all, but he would have the home opener on the following Friday against, I believe it's the Mariners, right? I think that's who they're opening up with in San Francisco. So good question. I mean, I obviously have said that he would be starting after Logan Webb. That could be subject to change. If you were asking me, I would prefer to have him in the number 3 and Robbie Ray at number 2. So that's just me. But let's go back out to the YouTube chat really quickly. Wes is saying no. Yeah, not to be the number 2. And let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, I thought it would be Robbie Ray Robbie Ray. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. I would definitely want it to be Robbie Ray as the number 2, just to be the righty lefty situation. But again, I've seen multiple projections out there that have put Justin Verlander as being the number 2 starter. So we'll just have to wait and see how it ends up going. But let's see what else we got going on. AJ Cruz, I skipped. Dude, my bad. I did not mean to skip you. Of course, the AJ Cruz line is open, and my phone is dying right now. So my apologies. I have 13%. So if we can get a phone call in and 13%, go ahead and give me a call on the Cruz line. I gotta make sure to bring in the charger at a later date. But yeah, go ahead and give us a call, 925-392-5348. If you guys want to chime in on the conversation. But no, did not mean to skip you like a flat rock on a pond, AJ. Really really apologize for that, rather. But let's get back out to the YouTube chat really quickly. Let's see what else we got going on. Let me pull this graphic off the there it goes. That's a lot better. All right, so let's go ahead and maybe who wants money for you. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Talking sponsors. Who's sponsoring me? Somebody sponsoring me? Hell yeah, dude. Who's our sponsor? Someone gotta have a connect. Yeah, let's get a sponsor going. Probably get like a taco truck, right? We can get a taco truck to sponsor the podcast. Rocking. Maybe I'll get my barbershop to sponsor the podcast. I don't know. We got to throw some things out there. Let's see. Otis Bird chiming in on the conversation that I asked earlier. This lineup is a little bit slightly better than last year. Yeah, I feel like it's just more well-rounded, right? I feel like there's a lot more potential in this lineup, and I don't know if that's just the stigma of looking at Michael Conforto as like, dude, he's gonna strike out every single time he gets up there. like I don't know if it's that. There are a lot of question marks. I would say that with the lineup. Like how durable is not Willie Adames? How durable is Lamont Wade Jr.? Can Jung-Hoo Lee be a solid everyday player in center field? Can he be the number 3 hitter that they put him out there? Is that too much for him? Is it, like that? There's that unknown about Jung-Hoo Lee, but dude, he's ripping. He is hitting the crap out of the ball right now. Looks really impressive. We'll show you some of those videos here in a little bit. And then you go, what you got with Willie Adames, but he's adjusting to a new ballpark. So how much of a fall off would he have with calling Oracle Park home? That's a little bit of a question mark, but I feel confident in Willie Adames. And then you look to Matt Chapman. You already know what you're going to get with him. And then you look to Elliot Ramos. Well, how does he come? Like there's a couple of positions on the lineup that have really high ceilings and can really excel, or they can just have down years, right? So we got to see like how competitive that lineup could actually be. And then you have to also factor in the teams that you're going against in the National League West. I mentioned earlier with Greg Amsinger saying that the he predicts the Giants to break the Mariners record of going out there and winning 117 games at ease. And then you're like, okay, well, what the hell is going on with the rest of the teams, right? What's going on with the rest of the West? He had the Diamondbacks, I believe, at 93. He had the Padres at 92. And then he had the Giants, I believe, at 82 wins. Now, 82 wins probably won't get you a playoff spot. And you're clearly right behind 3 teams in the National League West. So how good can this Giants team be? And then he was just saying, winning 82 games, like trying to hype us up a little bit. Winning 82 games in the National League West is actually a good thing. I'm like, okay. I don't want participation trophies by any means, but really interesting. And it's going to be a hard hill to climb, right? To get the West. And then you factor in all the other teams that won't be winning the West. You don't want to concede the division to the Dodgers, but fact of the matter is they are a juggernaut. So you have to figure that all those other teams that are currently ahead of you that aren't named the Colorado Rockies, they're fighting for the wild card spot as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how all these things shake up. But when you look at it top to bottom, I would probably go out there and say, and I don't know if it's homerism or anything, how do you guys feel about it? I would say that the National League West is probably one of the best divisions in Major League Baseball, maybe right up there with the because the East I think is going to take a hit a little bit. The NL East, I think it's going to take a little bit of a hit. I don't know how good the Braves are going to be this year, but then you look at the AL East, right? I think the AL East is still probably one of the better divisions in baseball when you look to the Blue Jays and you look to the Orioles. I know the Orioles have taken a little bit of a hit as well, but then you have the Red Sox and you have the Rays that are always going to be competing, and then you have the Yankees. So I would say that it might be a toss up between the AL East and the NL West, in my opinion, when we're looking at the best divisions in Major League Baseball. But let's go back out to the YouTube chat really quickly because that just kind of got me off on a side tangent. My apologies. Talking about the lineup, Rockin agrees as well. It's a better lineup than last year. Yeah, I think we're all kind of feeling that way. Otis Bird chiming in. I wish they still had a hitter or two. Maybe at the deadline they add another piece to the lineup. Well, that's something that we were talking about. I don't remember if me and Eric talked about it last night or if we talked about it when I was talking to him on my drive home. But really, looking at what the Giants have currently and a surplus of, right? And you got to figure out, I think we did talk about it because I remember, I think it was Otis or it might've been Pat H that came in with the rankings of the Blue Jays and the Giants farm systems, right? Blue Jays were at 23 and the Giants are at 24. The stigma of, trying to give good prospects, right? That's something that is going to be ever evolutionary thing here now with the new ownership with Buster Posey. But when it gets down to it, when we get to the trade deadline, and depending on what these guys are able to do, you look at Kyle Harrison, you look at what potentially Camilo Doval is doing, you look at maybe some other guys that are emerging in the bullpen. If they have a surplus there, right? Because if Camilo Doval kind of morphs in, and he pitched well today as well. I think he had two strikeouts. I think he only pitched an inning, but he had two strikeouts in that outing. But you look at what these guys are potentially going to do in the bullpen, and you have a surplus of arms to where, you're looking at, where does Hayden Birdsong fit into this? Where does Landon Root fit into this? Where does Mason Black and Tristan Beck and Carson Wisenhunt? And you start looking at all these guys when it comes down to it, Otis. I mean, yeah, if they can trade for a bat and they're in contention, I think that you can see one of those arms, maybe even two, and then you mix in, Marco Luciano, which I'm going to bring up here in a little bit when we start talking about the video games, because I saw the rankings came out for MLB The Show 25 with the 99 overalls. We'll discuss that in a little bit too. But Wes sent me a picture over the weekend about Marco Luciano, and I just think it's hilarious. And my question to you: will he ever get to that point? Because I don't know anymore. I really don't know. You don't want to over exaggerate with Marco Luciano and Bryce Eldridge and Mason Black getting sent down in the first round of cuts, right? You don't want to over exaggerate. Same thing happened to Elliot Ramos. And what did he do? He went out there, he kept his head down, he kept competing, and he got called up by necessity. He wasn't even like tearing it up in AAA. He got called up by necessity because of all the freaking injuries that were going on in the outfield. And he went and made an all-star team. I mean, he got called up, I believe, in early May, and he went out there and made an all-star team. It was one of the most incredible turnarounds of a young guy's season, to where he gets cut in the first round of cuts at spring training, doesn't make the opening day roster, and literally gets called up. I think he was hitting like maybe 260, maybe 270 at that time, gets called up because I believe it was Jorge Soler that ended up getting hurt at that time. And he comes up and makes a freaking all-star team, man. And then he finishes the year with hitting a home run, the first Oppo Taco from a right-hander into the Cove. I mean, dude, have yourself a freaking season. That's why I'm really excited. I mean, when you look at the lineup, what we were talking about, why we have a lot of optimism is that we saw what Elliot Ramos and Tyler Fitzgerald are capable of doing. Just the question is, can they go out there and replicate that in year two, essentially, of their major league careers? So let's get back out to the YouTube chat. Let's see. Tacky chiming in. Don't hate Fitz at second as the second leadoff guy in the 9-hole, but would like to have him hit a little higher. Yeah, I think. I mean, you put it right there, Tacky, is to have him at the 9-hole so that the lineup turns around. Because you imagine, how things line up, and you're at the 9-hole. Tyler Fitzgerald gets on. And then you have the on-base, machine of what could potentially be Lamont Wade Jr., right? You look at what he can do in getting on base and keeping a rally going. And then you line up with Willie Adames. Then you line up with Jung-Hoo Lee. Then you line up with Matt Chapman. That's where I think that could be a really, really nice pairing. I am with you. I would like to have him hit a little bit higher, but I think the 9 spot is a perfect spot. And also, being that you don't want him to be on base in front of those 4 guys that I just mentioned, he's going to get pitches to hit. It's not the classic, hitting 8th in front of a hitter, or I'm sorry, in front of a pitcher. You're not going to get anything really good to hit because you got the pitcher coming up, so it's, they're just throwing junk at you. It's not that type of thing because of the DH, and because now he's hitting 9th. The roster turns over, he's going to get good pitches to hit. And I think that is a good formula, especially a guy coming off of, a successful year where towards the end, he was having a lot of issues with his strike zone. I think that's a really good spot to put him in there so that he can build a little bit of confidence and see where it goes from there. But yeah, man, I mean, if he can get on base in front of Lamont Wade Jr. and get on base in front of Willie Adames and Jung-Hoo Lee and Matt Chapman, I mean, dude, that would be freaking incredible. And maybe just maybe he turns into being the leadoff guy. I don't know if he has that in him. I mean, I know he has the speed, right? He has the trait that you want to see in a leadoff guy. I just don't know if he has the plate discipline and the patience to be a leadoff hitter. But that comes with time. That comes with experience. So it'll be really interesting to see how Tyler Fitzgerald kind of morphs into his own player in 2025. So let's get back out to the YouTube chat. Thank you for that, Tacky. Really appreciate it. On a roll today, dude. It's been 30 freaking minutes. This show's flying by quickly. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I'm not talking too damn much. Let's see what else we got going on. Otis Bird, agreed it's nice to have the youth in the lineup. Yeah, dude, for sure. Okay, I'm ready. 1-2 punch. Mike Val, what's he saying? I'm ready. 1-2 punch at the top of your lineup to get extra base hits or extra at bats for Adames. Then you reset Jung-Hoo Lee, Matt, Elliott, Bale. Yeah, I think Bales need to step it up to be out for. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited to see what's going on with Patrick Bailey as well. Just a lot of excitement, right? I mean, that's kind of where we're at this point in the spring. Obviously, everybody's super excited. Everybody, there's it's the season of perpetual hope, right? I mean, we're all just excited and chomping at the bit because everyone's tied. Everyone is on the level playing field going into opening day. And things can change quickly in 2 weeks. We'll have to see if we're beating the same drum going into the month of May. But really exciting stuff to see right now. Tacky chiming in. Yeah, dude, let's not forget Encarnacion probably going to be in there instead of Flores. Yeah, that's something that I said earlier. I know I'm like 20 minutes behind, so let me go ahead and flash forward really quickly. But yeah, the only thing that I would change is having Encarnacion in the lineup instead of Wilmer. But also, I mean, we've seen what Wilmer was capable of doing, but then also we've seen what Wilmer is capable of doing. So I mean, there, that he's kind of in this box. He's kind of in this box to where what he can give you, and he's not going to go outside of that. He's not going to go outside of that box. And let's see what he can do. Ernie, good to see Ernie in here. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here as well. Love to see you guys chatting it up in the YouTube chat. So let me go ahead and go on out here. Mike Val, Harrison gotta go down or be our second lefty, which I prefer. Are you talking second lefty in the bullpen, or are we talking second lefty in the lineup, or I'm sorry, in the rotation? Yeah, really interesting with Kyle Harrison. I mean, he got blasted yesterday, and we're not trying to beat the kid down, or we're not trying to give up on him at all. But the fact of the matter is, I think we're going to get to a point in spring if he continues to have bad outings. And it was only one bad outing. I mean, he pitched good in his first outing, going out after Logan Webb and Hayden Birdsong. Sorry, I had a blank space for a second. So you look at what Kyle Harrison was doing, but then you also, I didn't look at who he was pitching against, but you figure I think it was 3 innings for Logan Webb, and then it was 2 innings for Birdsong, and then it was 2 innings for Kyle Harrison. So, I mean, you're talking about going in there in like the 4th, 5th inning for the guy. What kind of hitters is he going against, right? Like just to ease him into it. So if he continues to have bad outings later into spring, and we know that he's about a week behind, I would not be surprised if he started the year in Sacramento, or if they start him in the bullpen to be that second lefty. I would not be surprised in the least. And then you look at Landon Roop and Hayden Birdsong as potentially being in there in the lineup, or I keep saying lineup, in the rotation to start the year, at least for like the first couple of turns through the rotation. Be really interesting to follow that along for sure. That's what we're going to keep track of as we get closer to the start of the season. Let's see. Cool. Let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. I've been staring at Verlander's groin for too long. His pants are too tight. Are you talking about the freaking I didn't even notice that, dude. Yeah, no, his pants are way too tight. Come on, dude. You gotta go a size above that. What's what is going on? Oh, dude, you guys are incredible. Those pants are leggings. Oh man, dude, I wish I saw this in real time. You guys are killing me right now. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, Rocket New Era chiming in. Those pants are leggings. A healthy Verlander and Ray will lead this team. Yeah, I mean, you get excited about that, Robert. You really do get excited for these veterans, right? I mean, if they can lead the charge, they'll go. This team will go as far as Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, and Justin Verlander can take them. And then you sprinkle in the youth. You sprinkle in, Jordan Hicks. You sprinkle in Landon Roop, and see what Kyle Harrison could potentially do. You sprinkle in a Hayden Birdsong. I mean, they'll go as far as they can. He's on crack. I think that's a reference to me because I was talking too damn much. Appreciate it, Wes. Let's see what else we got going on here. Robert, good question. How many games are you predicting the Giants to win? Now, I believe the Pacoda rankings, and I know we all love the Pacoda rankings, right? But I believe the Pacoda rankings have the Giants winning. I think the last time I checked, it was 78 games. I might be wrong on that. You guys go ahead and let me know if you have the Pacoda standings in front of you. But Robbie Guay. But the win total that I would have, I think that because they were they won 80 games last year, right? They were 80 and 82, 2 games below 500. I think that they get more than 80 wins. But I think they're sitting right around like 84. I might go ceiling of 85, 86, but 86 might be pushing it. But I would be comfortable in saying 84. I don't know what Vegas has it at. But if it's somewhere, 80, 81 and a half or something, I would take the over. I think the Giants are going to be a much better team. I think that there's a different direction about this team going into 2025. So that would be my prediction, is that they win 84 games. So they're 4 games better than what they were last year. They could potentially go higher. I mean, it's all dependent. What we've been talking about all night, it's all dependent on the pitching staff. I mean, how healthy they can be, because we talk about Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Justin Verlander, and they're veterans. They know how to go out there and conduct themselves, and they know how to, and they're competitors, and they're going to go out there and compete. But they're veteran, they're older. There is a thing about nutrition or attrition. You have to see how healthy they can be. And and especially like with these guys being a little bit older. I mean, Justin Verlander, we'll get into this in a little bit because we were talking about Verlander earlier, and I guess I'll bring it up now. Greg Amsinger came on with Papa and Silver and said that Justin Verlander, he would predict Justin Verlander to win 17 games. And when he said that, I was like, whoa, bro. Like, I mean, I know you're being optimistic. I understand that. Well, 17 games? Does he even start 20? Like that? Like that's my retort. Is that does he even start 17 games? That's a big ask for Justin Verlander at age 42. But I mean, if everything goes well, maybe. I mean, that ballpark. If he refines a little bit of the magic of Justin Verlander, maybe he does get to 17. I think that's a little bit much. But when he said that, dude, I think my jaw dropped. I think Papa's jaw dropped. I think everybody just listening was just like, what? I think that was the reaction. I need to go back and watch what Papa did and what Silver did. I know for sure I wasn't on the camera, but I know for sure I was like, what? Like, I was so shocked. I was like, this dude, I love Greg Amsinger. But yeah, where's my cat? My cat just ran over here. Hold on. Where's she at? She's sitting behind my computer. I don't know what she's doing. She might be a little scared. Nope, now she's running over there. She's I think someone's here. I don't know. Is somebody here? What's going on? My cat is going crazy. My apologies, guys. But let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. Walter taking bets. Walter bust up if he starts reading that Ernie. All right. Let's see what else we got going on here. I like that rocking. Robbie, you guys are crazy. Derek knows of taco trucks. Yes, he does. Let's see what else we got going on. Derek is a taco narc. Oh, you guys are crazy. Remember Derek called authority. Wait, was that a real thing? Remember Derek called authorities on a taco stand outside his apartment because they were too loud? Come on, bro. No, he didn't. Did he really? Is that real? Is that documented? Where was it said? Was it said on KMBR? Was it said on Just Your Opinion, man? I need more information on this. I definitely need more information. Definitely let me know. I only like fish tacos at one taqueria. They have this sauce that's delicious. Is that the taco stand that you were referring me to, Rockin'? I know you were trying to get me on one in the Martinez area, but I don't know if that's the one that you're referring to. Going back to the divisions when we were having that conversation 20 minutes ago. Appreciate you, Wes. AL East, yeah, you go with the AL East. AL East is pretty stacked, man. I mean, they have really strong competing teams. Competing, that's not even a word. All right, let's go back out to the YouTube chat really quickly. Yeah, I agree, Walt. Yeah, for sure, man. Let's see what else we got going on. Duval's 2Ks, I can't confirm. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Hayden D Baden, let's see what else we got going on here. I love low expectations. Wait, I have. Like you said, I love low expectations. I have low expectations for Luciano. Unfortunately, he could have turned it around, but he's running out of time. Yeah, for sure, man. Like Bart did. Yeah. I mean, like Bart, he might benefit from, and I would love to see him turn it around in this organization, but he might just benefit from a fresh start. He might just benefit from a change of scenery, man. You hate to give up on the kid. He's young. But you guys hit it right there. He might be running out of time to turn it around. And just the mismanagement of his options and the mismanagement of his minor league career and just not instilling confidence in him and trying to find a backup plan when you knew that he wasn't going to be a shortstop. Why did it take so damn long to where you embarrassed the kid almost? So I feel like, yeah, it might be getting close to that time that the Giants, and Marco Luciano may just need a fresh start and get away from that. Yeah, I hear you guys on that for sure. Bart had enough chances. No, I wouldn't necessarily say that, man. He was rushed up because of the pandemic year and Buster Posey wasn't playing. And they just said, Bart, go out there and do your best, buddy. It was way too quick. It was way too quick. And then it rattled him, mentally. He just wasn't there. He was pressing too much. He got in his head and he just never recovered from that. Did he have ample time from that? Sure. I mean, he had a couple of years, but I just think that, especially with position players, a guy, I mean, you can go out there every day and you can change your outcome, right? So there's a different mental fortitude to that, but just the way that he was brought up in the system and it was kind of all thrown onto his shoulders, and to be the heir apparent after Buster Posey, I just think that he wasn't that guy. I feel like they should have managed it a little bit differently. And especially, I mean, the Giants didn't, I mean, they didn't give up on him. They ran out of options. And again, that's the mismanagement from the Farhan era that you hope you don't end up seeing that with like a Bryce Eldridge or any of these younger guys in the organization. Like, I can't say that about Marco Luciano because he's on one more option, right? He's on his final options now entering this year. So you can't really talk about mismanagement of him when this new regime is kind of coming in at the back end. So you can't really put all of that on Buster Posey and this new regime. It's all being taken over from Farhan. But Otis chiming in what we were talking about earlier with the new guys, or not the new guys, but the guys from last year that stood out and really put on a show. Yes, it will be fun to see if Ramos and Fitzgerald can build on what they did last year. I mean, if you ask me, I am more confident in Elliot Ramos. But Tyler Fitzgerald, he does have the mentality. He does have the he's just a baller, man. He is a gamer. So would love to see what happens with Tyler Fitzgerald as the season goes on, for sure. But let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. See if we're caught up. If I missed anything, let's see. I used to take opening day off from work. It stopped when COVID hit. Dude, take opening day off. Why not? Do it. I love opening day. It's one of the best days of the year. Everybody should have the day off, to be honest. Yeah, opening day is a blast. Which, by the way, I mean, we're talking about opening day and home openers and Justin Verlander and all that kind of stuff. Who is going to be out at the ballpark this weekend? Who's going to the final stop of FanFest? I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there early. So if you guys do want to get together and say hello, and just shoot the shit and talk some Giants baseball, for sure, hit me up at Waleezy on X / Twitter. So if you guys are going out there, definitely let me know. We can definitely link up and talk some Giants ball for sure. See what else we got going on here. Dakota Tacky. My God, dude. Let's see. Y'all know Verlander is a What's up, Ali? Good to see you back in here, man. I haven't seen Ali in a while. I haven't seen Ali in a while, but what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. For sure. Otis chiming in. Yeah, mid-80s for wins seems about right for this Giants team right now. He thinks 80 to 85. Yeah, I think 85 is kind of the ceiling, man. I mean, if they win more than that, I would be completely shocked if that was the case. Mike Valchek checking in 86. I mean, what does everybody else think? What is everyone else thinking about the win total? Let's see. Shooty Babbitt going forward. Thank you, Tacky. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, what does everybody else think about the win total? Otis Bird chiming in on the 17 wins for Verlander for real, Walter. Yeah. Will he be allowed to make that many starts? See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't say it, Otis. I didn't say it. I'm just regurgitating what Greg Amsinger said to the Gregs today. Again, I was like, what is he talking to? 17 wins? This guy isn't crazy. So you're essentially saying that he's going to go out there and win the Cy Young is what you're saying. I mean, 17 wins. I know when, like back in the day, if you had not 17 wins, but if you had the most wins in Major League Baseball, you were winning the Cy Young. That's just kind of how it happened. That was but now you have like all these different analytics and all that kind of stuff. So, but damn, if you get 17 wins, if it's Justin Verlander that gets 17 wins, he better get a freaking Cy Young. I mean, what are we doing? But yeah, he's not going to get 17 wins. I don't know if he starts 17 games. It's going to be really interesting. Okay, so that's where it came from. He admitted it on Just Your Opinion, man. Derek the taco truck narc. What is going on? That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Rocking outside looking for your scooter. Hell yeah, dude. Really appreciate that. Let's see what else we got going on here. What else? Taqueria y Carceneria is great in Martinez. All right, cool. I'll have to check that out. Rosetta Stone being up for AJ Cruz. You guys are crazy. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Boston is wild. Starting 7 to 8 players are all still on arbitration. Yeah, Boston is crazy, man. Yeah, we'll before we get to the opening day, we'll go through the predictions of the divisions. We'll get into that a little bit later in the spring. But yeah, no, Boston's crazy, man. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Oh, let's see what else we got going on in the YouTube chat. I think we're caught up. Warriors putting it on. I'm 6 minutes. Wait, so are the Warriors winning? FanFest is whack this year. I can't really go against that. Or I can't really retort. Like I don't have a comeback for that. FanFest is whack this year. I haven't liked it. I haven't liked it on the tour that they're doing. Like they're going all over the damn place. Like they what was it? They go to Napa, they go to Sac, they go to San Jose, San Pedro Square. I like the good old days when they just did all one clean shot at the ballpark. That was great. But yeah, no, I haven't gone, as a fan. Like this Saturday, I'm gonna be going, as a fan. Like I'm not gonna be working. Obviously, I know people that are gonna be working there, but I'm not gonna be working. I'm going for leisure. So yeah, no, definitely just a chance to get back into the ballpark and just check things out and see the interviews. I know there's going to be a lot of alumni out there. I think I had an email. Let me go ahead and try to pull this up really quickly if I could be quick enough. I think I got an email from the Giants earlier today as far as who, and you guys have gotten this information as well, so it's not like anything exclusive. But the Giants, like their alumni, let's see, the ones that are scheduled to attend is Dave Dravecki, Jeffrey Leonard, JT Snow, Noah Lowry. Shout out Noah Lowry. Look at that. Noah Lowry going to make an appearance. Rich Aurelia, Sergio Romo. And I believe there was another list of potentials, but I do not see that here in this email. But that's essentially everybody that is scheduled to attend. Dave Dravecki, Jeffrey Leonard, JT Snow, Noah Lowry, Rich Aurelia, and Sergio Romo. There could be some surprises in store as well. So yeah, no, FanFest should be fun. I mean, like I said, it's a chance to go out to the ballpark and if you can't wait until the home opener, which is, we're talking about opening day in 3 weeks. We're talking about the home opener in 4 weeks. So if you can't wait that extra week, this might this might help you out a little bit. But Wes, I'll email you. No X. Yeah, no problem, Wes. You can hit me up. However you can get a hold of me is all I'm saying. It's hell. If you need to take down the number for the if you need to take down the number for the podcast, go ahead and shoot me a text on that number. I think I get it on my phone. I haven't actually. No, I don't get the text messages on my phone. But yeah, just hit me up on there. I'll check that as well because I can check it on my phone for sure. But let's go ahead, Damn, Wes is going 89, 91 wins. All right, Wes. I like the I like I like the optimism. I like the optimism there, Wes. Really appreciate it. I could respect that. I could respect that. But let me just go out there and say John Lund, Greg Papa, and Danny Dunn when we were opening day. I don't think it was opening day. It might have been opening day because the Giants opened on the road, right? They opened on the road last year. It wasn't officially opening day because we were out at the ball. Anyways, I think at the ballpark we did who's going to hit the most home runs, and we all just did not pick the right person. It was bad. But opening day, we made the predictions of wins, and I believe it went. I think John went 89 wins. Papa, I want to say went, or Danny went, I think 90 wins. And then Papa went 91 wins. And I was just like, I'm gonna take the over on all of you guys. And I went 93 wins for the Giants, man. I couldn't have been way more off. I was really feeling myself on that one. That was a bad prediction, but I'm going to be a little bit more conservative on this one. I'll go 84, which Rockin also agrees. Thanks for biting off of my answer, Rockin. But 84 wins. That's what I'm going. I'll go 85. I'll give Rockin the 84. I'll go 85. Let's see. Rockin 11 wins for Verlander. I think that would be a successful season, honestly. If he gets 80, if he gets 11 wins and he's able to go out there and start like 22, 23, 24 games and he gets 11 wins, I think that's a win. I honestly think that that's a win for Justin Verlander at age 42. If he can go through a whole season, man, I think that's a win for him. And if he gets 11 wins, right? Because how many does he need? I think he needs 30. What was the number again? I looked it up. I think he's 32 away. Is he 32 wins away from 300? Because he'll probably be the last player to get 300. I want to say he's like 30. He might be 36 wins away. 36, 37 wins. Let me see. Okay, 38 wins. 38 wins away. So if he gets 11, if my math is correct, he'll need 27 wins to get to 300. And then that's the question of, can he achieve that only going to age 45? So that's going to be a thing to monitor with Justin Verlander. I would like it if he was able to get 13, 14, a little bit higher, just so that it can get a little bit interesting when it gets to his 300 mark. And maybe he's doing it with the Giants. I don't know. We'll have to see what ends up happening. But let's see what else we got going on here. Ali, appreciate the shout out, bro. Just a fellow Seam Habit enjoying the chat and the channel. I fuck with y'all. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, Ali, I fuck with you, man. Like you're part of the family, bro. Just don't be shy. Come in as much as you can. We always have a good time here in the chat. We're always talking ball, and it's the early part of the season. I mean, the season hasn't even started yet, man. So we're really going to ramp up when the season starts. I still haven't figured out the schedule yet. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do some post games. It might be select post games, maybe at the end of series, and we'll talk about the series. We'll have to see how it goes. But you guys let me know. Give me the feedback. How do you guys want me to do it? Do you want me to come on live at 5:45 for games at home? Like, you want me to start an hour before the game starts? We do a podcast, and then we do a post game on select days. Do you want a post game every game during the week? Let me know if you guys want a Sunday night show. Let me know what you guys prefer. What do you guys think would be best? Because baseball is every day. I can't do it every day, but I will definitely. I'll do it every day during the week. But just let me know. What dosage of Walter do you guys want during the 2025 season? Because I'm down to do whatever, as long as you guys are showing up. As long as you guys are showing up, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be doing this, talking some Giants baseball for sure. Let's see what else we got going on there. Ali chiming in again. How many games you give SF and y'all rival with the Cards? Be honest. Let me see. How many games you give SF? How many games we give SF? I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see what else we got going on here. Walter, do you have a Facebook or IG? I do have both. Facebook's just Walter, my last name, Walter Ricardo said that, and then IG is the same as my YouTube channel. Or I'm sorry, the same as my my X channel. It's Walt Leasy. I'm not really on IG too often. But Facebook, I mean, yeah, I definitely have that. So go ahead and look it up. I do have a like a temporary, not a temporary, but I have a Passion for the Pastime page on Facebook that I haven't promoted because I haven't really gone in there and fixed it because it was a page that I created years ago. So I got to go in there and properly like fine tune it and make sure all the links are right and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll promote it on Facebook. But yes, I do have a personal Facebook page. If you want to hit me up on that, you definitely can. And if that's an easier way to connect with me, hey, dude, do what you need to do, Otis. Appreciate you, man. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, I got a screen open up. Got Trump popping up on my screen. What the hell's going on? He's trying to shut down the podcast. All right, what's going on here? Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else. Let's see. Too bad Walter showed up, or else I would have said Walter was gonna flake. Yeah, no, dude, I'm gonna be there. Definitely come through if you guys are down to just chat and maybe have a beverage. We do have a phone call coming in here. 83 Price is Right style. Yeah, he's gonna go 83. Yeah, dude. No, appreciate that, Ernie. But let me go ahead and answer this phone call. Oh, damn it. I hung it up. Give me a call back. My bad. I hit the wrong button. My fat ass fingers. I hit the wrong button. Call me back, AJ. I'll pick it up, dude. I'll pick it up. I'm just waiting for him to call back. Let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat because we're just BSing now. 7:00. I gotta go out there and watch. What shows are we watching? What are we watching tonight? We're watching Traders on Peacock. I don't know if you guys have seen Traders. It's an interesting show to say the least. Traders, it's a good one. And then Amazing Race. I don't know if you guys are into Amazing Race at all, but I'm into Amazing Race. I'm into Survivor. We were talking about Survivor last night. It was a great episode. If you guys are watching that. No, I didn't hang up on AJ, and now I have AJ. So what's up, AJ? How you doing, bro? My bad when my fat ass fingers hung up on you.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just have one thing that's been bothering me since yesterday. How the hell do you put egg in guacamole? Like, you put it in raw, or do you like scramble it first, or do you like fry it and put it right on top? I mean, that's bugged me all damn day, man.
it's irked you for 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of logistics of it, and I just kept getting. I got the ick, man. I got the ick. I need to know.
Nah, dude, it's good. All right, so let me tell you what I do with the guac, because now this is gonna be a whole freaking thing, and you guys can revoke my Latino card. But to be fair, this is yeah. Go ahead.
If it makes sense, I'll let it pass because I have something on that. But I'm just like okay, I just need to hear from you. I need to hear from the horse's mouth. So please.
All right. So what you do is, I mean, you got your avocados, right? You got your avocados, and how you make the egg. It's not fried. It's not scrambled. It's none of that. It's hard boiled. It's a hard boiled egg. And you boil it, and then what happens is it's not a full ass egg, and it's not big pieces. You kind of dice it up. You dice it up, and you chop it essentially, and then you mix it into the avocado. It's salt. It's lemon. It's I think there's like cilantro that I throw in there. Shit, I don't know if there's cilantro. Yeah. But yeah, so you take the egg, it is boiled, you chop it up, and then you serve it. It's really good. I'm telling you, bro. Don't knock it till you try.
Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because Tacky does it redneck style. He puts like mayonnaise in his shit. So that's why like I can deal with eggs, the mayonnaise. So that's unforgivable. Tacky man. Hey, if Tacky pulls out his Mexican card, look at it closely, man. There's a parrot and a worm on his flag. So, but is that a I'm guessing that's a Peruvian thing.
Nah, bro. So my dad actually, because he's from Nicaragua, and that's his recipe. I've eaten it for my entire life. It's fucking bomb, bro. I'm telling you, it's good.
Okay,
It's
okay.
good.
I don't even know.
It's not a lot of egg. Like the consistency from egg to avocado. Like it's not a lot, but it's there. But it's not a lot. Like you're not gonna look at it like, oh shit, it's an egg salad. Like everybody was ripping me like, oh, it's an egg salad. I'm like, no, it's not an egg salad. It's guacamole and it has egg in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. If you eat egg salad, you need to get your ass checked, dude. Egg salad is gross. So, but hey, check this out. What else goes? I asked that because a close friend of my wife and I, she's Peruvian, and her mother made some tamales one year, and everything looked perfect, right? It looked like every other tamale you had, except she diced an egg. And she put like a little piece in there, which is totally fine. It didn't throw me off or anything. Yeah. I was just kind of wondering because I'm like, that's a lot of work just for a little piece of egg, right? Because my grandma would put like an olive in the middle. For me, that was like a treasure hunt. I'd open it up and I would the olive in the tamale.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, so and then some years ago, there used to be a spot in Portland. It was called Nimero Mole. And it was like a mole restaurant, which was a trip because they had like green mole, they had yellow mole. It looked like curries basically, with different types of mole. Unfortunately, they closed after COVID. Yeah. But so we were only there once. But they had an albóndigas burrito, which was freaking amazing. And same thing, they put like a little cubed egg in the middle of the meatball. So I was kind of like trying to draw the connection between the huevos here, and I'm like, so.
Apparently, because I forget who it was, but I think it was Marcus, because they were discussing on the morning show. I think they were talking about like guacamole, and because everybody gives Marcus shit about he thinks his top potato, like it's not mashed potatoes, it's not a baked potato or anything. His top potato is a freaking like a hash brown casserole or whatever. So they were giving him crap about that, but then that kind of started a conversation to where he was talking about the guacamole, and we had a guac off, right? You heard about it last night with Eric, and now program director Mike Holler. We did our guacamole, and what was so funny is that when we presented it, everybody went with Mike's. And here's the thing. Everybody went with Mike's, and then they were looking at me. They're like, that's a good guac. That's a good guac. Because they just assumed that the white dude put the eggs in it. So that was freaking hilarious. That was freaking hilarious. But like when Marcus was talking about it, and he was talking about guacamole and making guac and all that kind of stuff, someone texted in and said that they do put eggs in it. That is something. And I forget where that they were from. They weren't Nicaraguense, but I want to say maybe they were Salvadorian, or maybe like it was somewhere in Central America. So it's not that far out of there. I guess, because then I started thinking, I was like, damn, is that just something like my dad made up? But then somebody else did confirm that is something that they put into their guac. And I want to say that they were from El Salvador. I think they were Salvadorian. So yeah, I mean, they're neighboring countries. Right. So it makes sense.
All right. Okay. All right. So I can rest a little easy now, because like I was just like, like how the hell does that like? No, I can do that.
It's good, bro. It's really good. It's really good. If you get a good chip, it's really good.
Oh, here we go with the chips now. All right, we had this conversation on the chat like 2 days ago. Like, which chip is the best? So look, to each their own. But okay, well, I just had to clear that up. So thanks. Also wondering, like, does Walt just like have it all ready to go, and then he just cracks an egg and does it? Because like there's a lot of people that like runny. There's people who like runny yolk, like. They like fried eggs, and they like runny yolk on their shit. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, ugh, brother, ugh. I'm like, dude, why? No, I can't do it. So, and those same people who, which makes you trip out because those same people who like runny eggs all over everything are the same people who are scared to death of a pineapple on pizza. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Tacky. So you know what, man? Only the strong. And yeah, no mayonnaise in wok. I know Tacky uses that wok powder and uses the mayo and shit. And he tries to lie, tell everyone it's a home secret. So I accept nothing less but the best. So all right, well, if you mix them up, I will try it. I will give it the good old college try.
Yeah, bro. We'll have a little like potluck. We'll have a passion for the pastime potluck. There it is. It rolls right off the tongue. We'll have one of those. You can bring the sauce from La Victoria, right? That's where it's from in San Jose. You can bring the orange sauce. Yeah. That could be your contribution. We'll have to see what Rockin can bring. We'll have to see what Tacky can bring. We're not gonna have a guac off because if he puts mayonnaise in the guac, I don't want to have none of that. So
dude, Tacky does it redneck style. He has no class. He has no Saturday school. He got no class.
Oh, dude, right, no, that's incredible. Yeah, no, we'll do it. We'll get together. We'll have a little, like I said, a passion for the pastime potluck. That's what we're gonna do. Passion for the potluck. Hell yeah, Rockin. Rockin came in. Passion for the potluck. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do at some point.
You know, Tacky's gonna be 12 packs of Keystone beer, cheap bastard. So we got to class it up a little bit. So. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot, Walter. Now I can sleep easy. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, you going out to the fan fest, or you gonna tap out on this one?
I'm gonna give you the Walter maybe on that one. Okay. I'll go if Rockin goes. I'll go if Rockin goes. So I'll just leave it at that. All right.
All right, bro. Oh, by the way, I gotta get Rockin. Right. I gotta get Rockin a TV, so maybe we could do that in the same day. But yeah, dude. No,
we can do
it. let me know if you're heading out there. But no, AJ, always appreciate you, and my apologies for my fat thumbs for hanging up on you earlier.
Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later, Walter.
All right, bro. All right, take care. Bye. All right, that was AJ Cruz from the Cruise Line, rightfully so, because we love when AJ calls in for sure. But yeah, if you guys are coming out to the Fan Fest, go ahead and hit me up. We'll link up and maybe we'll go to Momo's, have a beverage or something. We'll have to figure that out as well. But yeah, no, yeah, like I said, don't knock the family recipe. Don't knock the guacamole. I'm telling you, that shit is good. And you'll eat it and you'll be like, it's pretty good. It's pretty. I guarantee it. But all right, let's see what else we got going on here. Before we get on out of here, I had a couple of videos, but you guys have seen them. Jung-Hoo Lee hit a home run. It was impressive. Matt Chapman hit 2 home runs today. It was great. Which, by the way, Jung-Hoo Lee, I mean, I am really excited. We talked about him a little bit earlier. I'm really excited to see what Jung-Hoo Lee can do this year. I think that he might be I mean, it's spring training. You don't want to get too excited, but I feel like he can have this coming out party in 2025. I really do think that is on the table for Jung-Hoo Lee. So I'm really excited to see what he can do over 162. Don't mean to rhyme like Dr. Seuss, but that just happened. So my apologies. All right, so let's go ahead. And so that's the video. Let me clean it up. Let me remove it from the studio. That was Matt Chapman going deep twice. You guys know what Justin Verlander did, but I had hit the 4 strikeouts here. So I won't play that. I'll remove that. Jung-Hoo Lee and Matt Chapman going back to back. We did the what to watch for. We did the lineup. Get rid of that. I don't know how many of you guys really care about, and we could bring this up next week, but the lineups or the rosters came out for the spring breakout games. That it's a showcase of the minor league systems, right? The Giants play next Saturday, I believe, against the Rangers. So a couple of guys to note: you got Will Bednar in there, brother of David Bednar of the I believe he's still on the Pirates, right? And then you look at who else is on this team. You got Carson Wisenhunt down there at the bottom, left-handed pitcher. So you want to see those guys. And then you got Everson Arteaga, I think that's how you say it, the infielder there, Bryce Eldridge as well, Yanni Level, and then Walker Martin, also a good prospect for the Giants in their organization, Diego Velasquez as well. And then you look to the outfield, you got Rainer Arias, who was kind of on a tear last year. So he was looking pretty good for the Giants. But so Rainer Arias, and then you have let's see, James Tibbs at the bottom. Where's my guy Maui Ahuna? That guy was going off last year as well. So Dakota Jordan as well on that list. So that will be next Saturday. It should be airing on MLB Network. I believe it's at 5 p.m. But we'll talk about that more next week. Maybe we'll have Keith Law. I know everybody loves Keith Law in the Bay Area. Maybe we'll have Keith Law on to talk some prospects about this spring breakout games that are starting. I believe the first games are next Monday. I think it's next Monday. We'll go through that as it gets closer. And then the last thing really quickly, let me pull this up because I had I talked about it earlier, and I don't know if Wes is still in here. So if Wes is in here, appreciate you for sticking around. But if he isn't, this is courtesy of 415 Wes. We were talking about MLB The Show, and I'll have to get that thing up and running. I have to fix my my internet deficiencies. As I appreciate you guys sticking around through the lag at some points in the show. So really appreciate you guys. I'm working on getting that fixed. Unfortunately I'm at the mercy of the hardware that I currently have. So just got to bear with me. But so we were talking about MLB The Show and 415 West. He hit us up and he sent me a message on my Gmail on passionforthepastime@gmail.com. You can send messages, you can send questions, anything you guys want to communicate to me in between shows. You can definitely always hit me up on passionforthepastime@gmail.com. So Wes sent me this picture, and I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of small on my screen, but hopefully you guys can see it a little bit. And if you can't zoom in, my apologies. I can't pull it up any bigger than that. But I'll read it off to you. So it was Marco Luciano. He talked about how he simmed last year with the Giants, and this is what happened with Marco Luciano. So in 2024, he went on a Rookie of the Year campaign, played in 118 games, 426 plate appearances, scored 55 runs, had 119 hits, 21 doubles, 2 triples, 19 home runs, 66 RBIs, and 99 strikeouts with only 9 stolen bases, but hit 279. And I see the OBP. It cuts off at the OPS. I think he sent me another picture, but I didn't download that one. He had the OPS OBP, on base percentage at 347. I don't know what the hell. I needed to ask what happened with Marco Luciano in 2025. Not good. He only played 9 games, so I'm assuming he got injured at some point. But he only played 9 games, so that was a wash. But then you look at the preceding years in 2026 and 2027, looked pretty good. He almost got up to 500 at bats in 2026, and then you look to the numbers. 2026 was probably his best offensive year including these years here. He had 18 home runs, 70 RBIs, and how many runs scored? 60 runs scored. So 5 more runs scored in 2026, and then 2027 was 17 home runs, 55 RBIs. You guys get the picture. And then the average in 2026 was 289. So my question, I'm just going through all these things. I'm going through all these numbers with Marco Luciano, and he's 81 overall. Do we ever think that Marco Luciano could potentially get to this point? Because I don't know if there's a route for him to get consistent playing time. And also with his deficiencies at defense, I would love to see where he was playing. Was he a DH? Was he playing somewhere else? What's his defensive numbers? I need to know that from Wes at some point, because if he is just solely a DH, that isn't good enough. Like, those numbers are, for me anyway, those numbers aren't good enough to solely be a DH, especially at his age, right? So I mean, just look at it's a fun conversation, but just looking at what Marco Luciano is currently doing right now. I mean, he got sent down to the minor leagues, got options to the minor leagues, minor league camp for the rest of spring training. Now, that you're not going to give up on a guy. Like I mentioned earlier, what I mentioned before was, you know that Marco Luciano, he could have a chance at some point when there's injuries. I mean, that's exactly what happened with Elliot Ramos. The same thing happened with Elliot Ramos last year in that he was part of the first cuts. It was kind of shocking. But you know, does I guess my thing is with Luciano versus Elliot Ramos, I feel like Ramos was more further along than Marco Luciano at that point, or at this point. So I don't know what we think, what's going to happen with Marco Luciano. Rockin' New Era chimes in. He thinks that Luciano will end up getting traded. I think that is definitely on the cards, but he has very little value. I mean, his bat isn't really showing up anymore. He had that one homer at the beginning of spring, but that was about it. That was kind of it with Marco Luciano. So I mean, is he just somebody that you like? I guess if you find the right pairing, if you find the right team that thinks that they can get they can maximize something out of Marco Luciano, but it's kind of hard when you have a young player that, you know, he's not exhibiting above average skills at the plate right now. So even if he could get in there and be a DH, he's not calling for that right now. He doesn't have that superiority at the plate to where you can just throw a young kid like he is at DH all the time, right? So then the question is, well, where can he play? And that's a question because no one really knows where he can play. We were talking about it yesterday with Eric Engel in that, you know, he's kind of a guy that's playing out of position. He's kind of a guy that doesn't really have a position. He's essentially a Blake Sable at this point. Blake Sable was they were giving him opportunities at catcher and at first base and in the outfield because he did at one point, he had a lot of power in his bat. But his thing was, and I guess the same thing could be said about Marco Luciano, is that he has a lot of power in his bat. But the thing is that he wasn't able to ever put it together at the plate with consistency. You know, Blake Sable obviously is much older than Marco Luciano, so you don't want to fully give up on this guy. But you know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting to see what happens with Marco Luciano if the Giants have given up on him. If this is an indication of them giving up, or I mean, also we're 3 weeks away from opening day. You have to get your guys that are going to get regular ABs at the major league level that are going to be on your opening day roster or who are really vying for a roster spot. You have to get them the opportunity. You have to get them the reps. And I just don't think that they saw enough out. Clearly, they didn't see enough out of Marco Luciano to keep him around at camp. So what is the path for Marco Luciano? Obviously, you know, I think that a couple of injuries have to happen, in my opinion. I think that a couple of injuries have to happen for Marco Luciano to get an opportunity at the major league level. And at injury at what position, right? Is he going to pick up a first base glove at Sacramento? I mean, is that something to maybe see if he can come in and spell, you know, Lamont Wade Jr. and Wilmer Flores in the meantime, while they're waiting for Bryce Eldridge to kind of morph into the superstar that they're projecting him to be. So, I mean, where does he go? Where does the injury have to come from? Because if it's the outfield, I think that there's more guys in the Giants organization right now that you would prefer to see over Marco Luciano in the outfield. I think that you would prefer to see, you know, Luis Matos. He'll probably be on the opening day roster, so he'll slot into the everyday duties if there is an injury to the outfield, right? So you have Luis Matos, you have Wade Meckler, you have Grant McCray, right? You have all these guys. Like that's a lot of injuries that need to happen. I don't think that they would prefer. I think they'd prefer Wade Meckler and Grant McCray currently as it stands over Marco Luciano because at least you know that they can play a good defense. So what is the route for getting Marco Luciano into the big leagues? I just don't think there is one. And if there is one, it's not on this Giants team, unfortunately. So where Rockin was talking about, I think Luciano will end up getting traded. I think that you are on the right path. It's just a matter of for what, and is it just to get him out of the building and kind of do right by him? I don't know if the Giants are in the business of doing that at this current stage of his career. But if you're not going to utilize him, if he's not going to be used and you can get something because you're not doing it to cut payroll, if you can get a potential bullpen arm that's in Double-A, like maybe that's something that you take a chance on. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to follow that around. The last bit of conversation here before we wrap things up. Let's see. Oh, Ernie just reserved some tickets for FanFest. Hell yeah, dude. So I'll see you out there. Hit me up. You know where to find me. So go ahead and hit me up. I might not be working Saturday. Yeah, dude. No, just hit me up. If you're going to be out there, let me know. We'll say hello. I don't think I've met you in person yet, Ernie. So, yeah, we'll definitely make that happen. It'll be a lot of fun. So let's see. Pat H is going to be out there. I'm going to get out there, Ernie. Hell yeah, Pat H. Dude, let me know. It'll be a lot of fun. So let's see what else we got going on here. Mike Val, if he hasn't hit any homers and we all figure him to be a power bat, potential doesn't equal trade value this many years in. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I agree. So, if he starts the year in Sacramento, he has the upper hand in that it is a hitter's ballpark, right? So he could potentially pad some numbers, but as you just said, he hasn't hit any home run. I think I don't even know if he hit a home run in Sacramento last year. If he did, he only hit one. So that's not what you want to see. He's in a hitter's ballpark. He's in a hitter's league, and he's still not generating the power. So that's a little bit concerning with the youngster there. So one more thing before we get on out of here and we say our goodbyes. We got to bring it back because we were talking about Marco Luciano in 2024 MLB version of the show. Now they released the 99 overalls in MLB The Show 25. We'll be rocking and rolling with that at a later date. We'll let you guys know when that's possible. Comes out, I think, on the 18th, but I won't have it on the 18th. We'll have it at some point beyond that. But the 99 overalls, it is a coveted thing in Madden, right? I mean, everybody goes crazy about the ratings. I don't know if major league players are kind of the same cloth, if they're cut from that, if they feel some type of way about their ratings. I know that Madden, it gets kind of intense and people take it personally. But you look at the 99 overall ratings, Juan Soto, Shohei Ohtani, and Aaron Judge. I think that they got it right. I think that this is the three guys in Major League Baseball that you would expect to have 99 overalls. Now, if Ronald Acuna wasn't getting injured all the damn time, I would probably want him up there in the 90s. I don't know if he's a 99. I would probably say that he's probably in like the 95, 96 range when it's all said and done. But I think that this is right. I mean, did MLB The Show, did they miss out on anybody? Did they miss out on a 99 overall player? I mean, there could be conversation about Mookie Betts as being a number 99 overall. There's Bryce Harper. I don't know if you would include him as being a 99. He's probably a mid 90s as well. So there's a lot of players in Major League Baseball, obviously, that are superior, that are the cream of the crop. I'm kind of surprised that they don't that they didn't include a pitcher. I'm surprised that they didn't include a pitcher at all for the 99 overalls, because if you thought about it and you think about a pitcher, I mean, who would it be? Would it be a Paul Skeens? I mean, would you go that route? Like when you look to the pitchers, I mean, who else would it be? Like, would you go Corbin Burns? I don't think that he's a 99. Like, is there a 99 pitcher out there? Like Yamamoto? Like, no, you're not going to go there. Anybody on the Dodgers? It could. I mean, maybe if you're looking at some guys from the Mariners, right? If you're looking at pitchers from the Mariners, but I mean, you're looking at the top pitchers in baseball. You got Ohtani, you got Skubal, you got Skeens, you got Wheeler, Lewis Gilbert, Garrett Crochet, Corbin Burns. I mean, are those the guys that you would really put a 99 on? Garrett Cole? I mean, maybe because of longevity. I don't know, man. You would like to have them have a 99 overall pitcher, but I would probably give it to Paul Skeens out of all those pitchers. I know that he hasn't been in Major League Baseball as long as those guys, but just as far as like ability and explosiveness, I would say that he would probably be a 99 if there was one in the in the pitcher category, or a Corbin Burns or a Max. I don't know. But 99 overalls. I think that this is where they got it right. I think this is it. If there's another position player, I don't know. Yeah, Coltrane got lit up today. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, I don't know if there's another position player that you would include in this. I personally would include my guy Vlad Jr. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. He's not a 99. I'll be realistic, but yeah, we'll definitely continue this conversation, and we'll get into it when we get the video game. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I think it was a lot of fun getting into all this Giants stuff. Today, we're going to continue to do it all season long, Monday through Thursday. You guys let me know what you guys want me to do during the regular season. If you want me to start at 5:45 and go all the way up to first pitch, we can go a full hour before the game. Let me know what you guys are feeling. And if you want some post-game magic as well, go ahead and let me know, because the games are shorter. I can do a post-game show after a Giants game. Can't do all of them, but I can do select ones. Maybe we do it at the end of each series where we break it all down and see where everything went wrong. So you guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. Give me the feedback, what you guys want from me, and I will be there for you. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. Yeah, Pat H chiming in on the conversation. Mookie Betts. Yeah, I think that's the only other position player that Mookie Betts and Ronald Acuna, I think, would be the only guys that would be close. But you guys have a good one. Be safe. And if you are heading out to Fan Fest this weekend, the conclusion of Fan Fest, again, San Francisco Giants alumni is going to be out there. Copes is going to be out there. Marcus Boucher is going to be out there. It's going to be a fun time. There's going to be a lot of Giants fans out there getting excited for this Giants team. How many wins will they get? I said 80, 85. Rockin said 84. West came in with a heater, 89-91. I'm going to write all these down too. I'm going to write all these down and tell everyone you were wrong. You were wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But you guys have a good one. If you guys are heading out to the ballpark, make sure to hit me up. Again, you can hit me up on passionforthepastime@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Twitter /X at Walleezy, WALLEEZZY. If you want to link up any way that you can get a hold of me, just do so, and we'll link up, and we'll say what's up to all of you guys. So Pat H, Mike Val, rocking New Era, Evil Ernie Pastimer. What's up, Evil Ernie Pastimer? Who is that? Which Ernie am I talking to? Is that Rockin'? Is that a Rockin' New Era? Is Rockin' coming in here? I don't know which Ernie that is, but appreciate you for checking out the podcast. If you are a new Ernie, if you're the same Ernie, Evil Ernie. Love to see more of that in the YouTube chat. So you guys have a good one. Otis, really appreciate you. Mike Val, R. Galvin, Lori Galvin was in here. Hannah Galvin's in here. Everybody's in here. Everybody's in here in the YouTube chat. A lot of fun. I think I saw Mama J in here earlier as well. So thank you all for stopping by. Ali came by. Tacky came by. It was a lot of fun tonight. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. We won't be back until Monday, where we'll be doing some more Giants baseball talk as spring training continues. So again, if you're heading out to the ballpark on Sunday, or Saturday rather, hit me up. We'll link up. We'll have a good time. And Passion for the Potluck will be coming shortly. I'll let you know the details on that. We'll meet at Young Tony's house. So you guys have a good one. Be safe, and I'll talk to you next week, or I'll talk to you on Saturday if you're out there at Fan Fest. You guys have a good one. Talk to you then.